What if the very part of you that you've always been told to obliterate in your spiritual journey, your ego, is not an adversary, but a crucial companion? Intriguing, isn't it? Welcome, dear viewer, to an introspective expedition where we delve into the mysteries of the ego and its fundamental role in our spiritual growth. Many times, ego is painted in a negative hue. It is maligned as this destructive force that needs to be crushed for one to reach enlightenment. If we change our perspective, what if we start seeing the ego not as a foe, but as a facet of our consciousness that interprets reality from a personal, individual perspective? It's our perception of I, our individuality, our personal sense of identity. The ego is not necessarily good or bad, right or wrong. It just is. It's akin to a vessel, a mechanism through which we interact with the external world. It's the pilot that navigates us through the complex map of life, the one who understands our coordinates and gives direction. Our spiritual practice should guide us to comprehend and accept our ego better. Within the vast landscape of spirituality, there exists a multitude of practices like healing oneself, shadow work, non-judgment, displaying humility and grace, adopting a healthy diet, and engaging in wholesome activities. All these practices collectively enable us to understand the ego, to work with it and not against it. Healing involves the process of identifying, acknowledging, and letting go of our emotional and mental wounds. It's akin to cleaning wound before applying a bandage. When we undertake this process, we not only learn to nurture ourselves, but also allow our ego to heal from an adversary to a companion. In addition to emotional healing, our physical wellness plays a pivotal role in our spiritual journey. Exercising, yoga, and meditation are all actions that fortify our physical and emotional health, enabling us to achieve a harmonic between mind, body, and spirit. This interconnectedness is crucial in accepting and nurturing our spiritual growth. Partaking in wholesome physical activities and consuming a nutritious diet provide a solid foundation for our ego to function optimally. It's like fueling a vehicle. A well-fed and well-rested body allows the ego to operate at its best, enabling us to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Humility and grace are also integral in embracing the ego. It's through these virtues that we learn to perceive ourselves and others without judgment or pretense, allowing our ego to exist without the compulsion to assert dominance or superiority. Now let's touch on shadow work, a practice of exploring the darker, concealed aspects of our persona, the parts we often deny or bury deep within. This process allows us to comprehend our ego better. It gives us an opportunity to face and acknowledge our fears, ambitions, and the parts we may not be proud of. Non-judgment is a pivotal, fosters a healthier, more balanced relationship with our ego. By practicing non-judgment, we learn to observe our thoughts, emotions, and actions without categorizing them as good or bad. This liberates our ego from the constraints of dualistic thinking, allowing it to evolve and extend its services to our spiritual journey. The ego is an essential player in our spiritual journey as it anchors us in reality. It forms the bridge between our inner spiritual world and the external physical world. It's our reference point, our anchor. It's through the ego's lens of individuality that we encounter challenges, gain wisdom, and make choices that lead to growth. A healthy relationship with the ego necessitates balance. It's about discerning when the ego is aiding us and when it's obstructing us. It's about learning to work with the ego, not against it. Strive to understand the ego's motivations, its fears, its aspirations. Aim to align the ego with your higher self, your spiritual essence through healing, shadow work, humility, grace, maintaining a healthy diet, participating in beneficial activities, and practicing non-judgment. This alignment creates a powerful synergy that propels our spiritual growth. So, to wrap up, the ego is not an adversary to be vanquished, but an ally to be accepted. It's an instrumental part of our spiritual journey, a tool for understanding. Let's rethink the role of the ego. Remember, the ego isn't the enemy. It's the vessel, the catalyst, the instrument. It's through understanding and aligning with the ego that we can truly expedite our spiritual journey. So embrace your ego, understand it, work with it, and witness as your spiritual evolution unfolds. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual insights. Thank you for watching.